Hey ladies and lads, it's Mostly Sober Gaming, and as I said in my previous video, there are plenty of games to grind on this month. So let's check out what the second half of August has in store for us, and maybe you'll be wishlisting something new? Well, let's find out. Hunt Showdown 1896 introduces a new era with a Rocky Mountain biome in Colorado, featuring the new map Mammoth's Gulch. This update includes tech and performance upgrades that are optimized for both Xbox and PlayStation. Mammoth's Gulch marks Hunt's first departure from the Louisiana swamps, offering 16 compounds, increased verticality, and strategic angles based on community feedback. Thank God. Set between two mountainous areas connected by accessible mines, the map is divided by train tracks and features stunning waterfalls, a hunting lodge, farms, and a mining town. Players will also be welcomed back to the bayou, with original maps being overhauled and restored coming post-launch. Your favorite FPS extraction shooter that you've never played is getting an update. It looks to really polish this game up and be the carrot on the stick to attract a declining player base. But why is it declining? So in my research on this game, I noticed a recent mixed reviews on Steam and was sort of surprised to see that, to say the least. After some thorough reading though, I came across swaths of disgruntled gamers that pined for their long-lost extraction shooter to be its former self. These guys weren't your typical average Joes with 100 hours into the game like me. We're talking more along the lines of 3 to 5,000 hours. Needless to say, they know what they're talking about, and they all have the same grievances. From Chinese hackers, terrible MMR updates, over monetization, down to desolate servers. It seems like Crytek has its work cut out in earning back favor amongst the core base. Will this new update fix some of these issues after the deafening player feedback? Let's hope so. The Hunt Showdown 1896 update hits PC, Series X, and PS5 on August 15th. The Iron Rig is the second expansion for Dredge, a cosmic horror fishing adventure. It introduces a new constructible destination with its own story, items, and challenges, playable at any stage of your journey. Players will gather, craft, and explore as they assist the Iron Haven Corporation in uncovering the mysteries of ancient disturbances in the water. Rumored to be coming in at half the price tag of the original game, the Iron Rig expansion is looking to have a heave-ho of additional content. The addition of a new crafting-based system will give players a new layer to this game in terms of depth and scale, while also striving to finish out the 12 new achievements for all you psychos out there. Lastly, from a narrative twisting story to 50 new fish species to encounter, Black Salt Games is looking to cement their IP as a worthy and long-lasting indie title that is understanding of your time and money, in my humble opinion. Dredge the Iron Rig DLC expansion comes out to PS4, PS5, and PC on August 15th. Kenna Bridge of Spirits is a story-driven action-adventure game where you play as Kenna, a young spirit guide seeking the sacred mountain shrine. Explore a cursed village, uncover secrets, and free trapped spirits with the help of the Rot, Kenna's powerful and customizable spirit companions. Some key features include exploring the village to uncover secrets and restore its beauty, build your team by finding and upgrading Rot companions to clear corruption, engage in fast-paced combat with melee and ranged attacks using Rot's powers to overcome challenges, and upgrading abilities to enhance your skills as a spirit guide. Okay, so if you don't know by now, Kenna has been out for a bit, but it's just now coming to Xbox. Thank God, truthfully, because I feel like this development studio is just getting started. Founded in 2009, this brother duo collab began as an animation and digital content studio that made commercials for companies like Coca-Cola. Somewhere along the way, they decided to take their storytelling capabilities and merge them with their animation expertise to develop a game. And here you have Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, which launched, I think, late in 2022. I'm pretty positive, and to positive acclaim as an action-adventure game and first title debut. I played a bit of Kenna, and if what I played is any indicator for the future, I expect to, I don't know, see a bright paved road with awards to great titles on the horizon. That's my opinion. Keep an eye out on the studio for the years to come. This has already released for PC and PlayStation, but it arrives fresh for Xbox One and Series X on August 15th. Restore color to the desolate islands of Farewell North, an open world journey where you play as a collie traveling with his owner. That's kind of cute. Explore land and sea, uncover hidden paths, evade monsters, and free wildlife to bring color back to the world while revealing an emotional story about saying farewell. Meet Farewell North, or should I say Kyle Banks. This is the developer behind this indie title that has been working on this passion project for 4 years and literally quit his job about 11 months ago to finish it up and launch this month. Look, these types of cozy games are a dime a dozen in this industry right now, and while I think this game definitely falls into this category, just checking out his dev vlogs and updates over the years has been pretty fascinating in its own right. It makes you really want to hope for the best and maybe check this one out if you're a fan of these types. At the very least, wishlist it and see how it does when the ratings come out. Farewell North says hello to you on August 16th for Series X, Switch, and PC. Hit harder with Field Sense powered by Boom Tech. What is this? Offering realistic collisions and new gameplay animations, the re-engineered hit stick, ball carrier balance system, and physics-driven moves make timing crucial for lifelike interactions. The Recharge franchise mode features a rebuilt NFL draft with Roger Goodell, new environments, personalized storylines, and a fresh Super Bowl celebration. Only one? What? Enjoy new rewards, features, themed programs, and customizable style and skills in refreshed Ultimate Team and Live game modes. Yeah, everything's trademarked. Design your own NFL franchise with Team Builder, a web-based customization tool, and use your creation and franchise mode. Whew. Welcome back to Madden, where it's still as stale as a pair of whitey tidies on a homeless man. Where are we, California? Holy hell, I feel like this franchise has soaked up every ounce of blood from its leeching tentacles finally and at last. Could be wishful thinking though. Judging by its YouTube views and likes to dislikes ratio, it seems as though people are kind of fed up with the same old shit that has been served for, I don't know, decades now. If I sound harsh, it's because I grew up in the 90s, where they would actually try to, I don't know, be inventive with new titles instead of nickel and diming you for every little thing under the sun. What else is there to say? It's Madden. It's filled with new marketing terminology like boom tech and, of course, field sense, which mean absolutely nothing, and it's only there to leech your last dollar. If you're a football fan, stick with last month's college football game and force the Madden franchise to rethink their strategies. EA Sports Madden NFL 25 sacks your wallets on August 15th for PC and all consoles bar the Switch. The Pokemon World Championships is an annual event where top players compete in Pokemon games like the trading card game, Pokemon video games, and Pokemon Go. Qualified players from around the world vie for the title of World Champion, with prizes and trophies at stake. The event also features side activities, exhibitions, and exclusive merchandise for the Pokemon community. This year, the championship will be held in beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii from August 16th through the 18th, and if you can't make it, be sure to tune into the live stream and collect Twitch drops during that time. Hell, they even have a Fantasy League contest to participate in if you're interested. As a regular Joe Schmo Pokemon fan, I can absolutely appreciate how fun this looks, and of course, I'll be checking it out and tuning in to the live stream to see some action. Black Myth WuKong is an action RPG rooted in Chinese mythology. The story is based on Journey to the West, one of the 4 great classical novels of Chinese literature. You shall set out as the Destined One, that sounds cool as shit, to venture into the challenges and marvels ahead, to uncover the obscure truth behind the veil of a glorious legend from the past. Enter a fascinating realm filled with the wonders and the discoveries of ancient Chinese mythology. Like a monkey in a china shop, WuKong is wrecking the scene this month as the most hyped game, save for Star Wars Outlaws, but we will definitely get to that one later. Black Myth WuKong seems to divide its line in between something of a Souls-like and an action-adventure title, maybe. Think like perhaps an in-between of Demon's Souls and the recent God of War titles. Granted, that game doesn't have something such as a parry mechanic, but it does have a dodge iframe button and some fast and fierce combat with a little flask to gain health and a host of special abilities. I'm a recent fan of Souls-like and got on the trend a little later than most, but I do find myself pretty enthralled by the look and historical departure from the norm in WuKong. It just feels like something I have never played before, and to be honest, that goes a long way with me when a game can define itself outside of the, kind of cookie cutter formula that I always see. I 100% plan on buying this game and trying it out day one, as I'm sure many of you will, and I'll look forward to hearing the discourse over this game in the future weeks to come. Let me know if you're hyped for it or not in the comments below. The long-awaited Black Myth WuKong arrives on August 20th for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X. Guild Wars 2 Janthir Wilds is the latest expansion, introducing the Wizard's Court, the Astral Ward, and a new region, the treacherous Janthir Wilds. Players will embark on an expedition to uncover secrets, face challenges, and form alliances as part of the Tyrian Alliance. The expansion features a new weapon type, the two-handed spear, customizable homesteads, and a revamped Warclaw mount. Content will be released in multiple installments, including new raid encounters and fresh updates. There should be someone far more knowledgeable than I that you should be listening to for Guild Wars 2 info, because I haven't touched the game since its initial release a century ago. However, with that said, I do keep tabs on it somewhat, and I can tell you that people are generally happy with updates, DLC, and overall dev attention to player concerns and desires. That seems to be rare in today's industry of, the over monetization and stiffing the customer. So if you are a Guild Wars fan, obviously check this out and let me know in the comments how well it turns out. The Janthir Wilds expansion for Guild Wars 2 will be releasing on August 20th for PC. It's that time of the year again. Gamescom 2024 is a major video game exhibition taking place in Cologne, Germany every single year, and it is one of the largest gaming events in the world, showcasing the latest games, hardware, and industry trends. Attendees can expect announcements from developers, hands-on demos for upcoming titles, and various gaming-related activities and panels. Basically, a journalist's wet dream. Speaking of wet dream, that's right, you will be dreaming of Xbox this year after witnessing their lineup for Gamescom, or so sources say. According to Otaku's study, the Xbox lineup at the event will feature 50 titles from game studios like Blizzard and Bethesda, with a notable attention grabbers such as Diablo 4, Fallout 76, now that it's decent, Stalker, Indiana Jones, and Starfield. Look forward to a few surprises from other third parties, and perhaps maybe just some extra info on a few titles you've had your eye on over the past year. Oh god, okay, so yeah, Concord. What can I say about Concord that hasn't already been said? Okay, small disclaimer here, whether it's me talking trash about Concord or throwing in Liberty, I'm doing so based off of facts and whatever logic I can scoop off the internet without bias, and of course, my own opinions based on if I play it or not. But there are always the haters in the stands that are going to judge and defend a crap game or a decent game and its bad fundamentals, and that's fine, but there are massive issues with these games that I mentioned, and I'm only mentioning them on my small platform because I'd like for these games to be better and playable and have them last. Now, refocusing on Concord, this is a hero shooter that was made specifically as a premiere launch title for PS5. Sony bought Firewalk Studios after seeing what they were working on and decided it was a good investment. So yes, they are rolling the dice on this, and if player numbers are any indicator, I'd say that they are on track to rolling a pair of snake eyes, unfortunately. This game releases on August 23rd, and it is not in a great state of play. I downloaded this on PS5 for the beta weekend and was happy about jumping into a game with solid gunplay and fundamentals. However, over a small time period, everything just felt so empty. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm riding off of a high of Marvel Rivals, which is a similar game in many aspects, with the beta just ending a few days ago. The best way I can describe it is with an interaction I had. I was talking to my buddies about the pros and cons of both games, and a friend of mine misheard me when I told him that Concord is coming out this year and Marvel Rivals next year. He actually thought I said the opposite, and he was absolutely floored when I corrected him. He could not believe Concord release date was actually this month, much less this year. And honestly, that's the epitome of the sentiment I feel. Rivals is such an easy comparison since the betas were so close to one another. But it's true that it felt much more complete and addictive. It even had its own tournament system in place when Concord didn't even have its own lever penalty system in place. Those small things add up, and say what you will about Overwatch, but that hero shooter is still solid in its fundamentals. Not only that, but it has fun and unique characters that feel impactful. The design of Concord heroes is insanely generic and flaccid. Why in the world do I want to look like a nostalgic 1970s alien in loungewear? Why? When I could be, I don't know, a cyborg ninja a la Genji? Hello? I wouldn't go back to Overwatch unless someone asked me to play a few rounds. I'd go back to Marvel Rivals to solo grind the competitive scene. And if you paid me money to sponsor Concord, unfortunately, I wouldn't use my precious free time to even do so. All I can say is this: delay the game, polish it to make the game less confusing, change up some of these weird hero, agent, whatevers that look terrible, and release it next year. Mini rant over. Concord releases on August 23rd for PC and PS5. Our heroes Anduin and Thrall find themselves drawn together by radiant vision emanating from within the heart of the world. Find out what comes next in the opening chapter of the World Soul Saga story arc with the newest expansion, World of Warcraft: The War Within. It's the year 2024, it's World of Warcraft, and there's a new expansion. If you have been around, or at least on and off, since the beginning of WoW in 2004, then you should be super stoked for the beginning trilogy of expansions this month. Unfortunately, for those that could be new to the series or were even curious to it, I still don't know how much appeal something like this brings after so many years. You know, I have a very simple theory for why the WoW player base has steadily declined over the years, and other people have this theory of course too. Number one, it's hard to get into with no beginner onboarding that doesn't completely overwhelm you, and number two, the people that have been playing it are simply getting older. They have families, they have jobs, and they have other things that generally occupy their time. All of this isn't to say that the expansion will be bad by any means, just that it will be, of course, more of the same. Hero talents and warbands look cool, and the rest looks, well, like WoW. And that's good enough for a lot of you. WoW: The War Within releases on PC on August 26th. Visions of Mana is a new addition to the mainline Mana series featuring Val and his friend Henna on a quest to the Mana Tree. The game offers vibrant graphics, a vast semi-open world, and swift 3D combat with the full arsenal of elemental powers. Players will explore a dynamic environment and new companions, harness various elemental abilities, and enjoy an immersive soundtrack with around 100 tracks created by veterans that have worked on countless tracks throughout the series. Visions of Mana is the 5th entry in this beloved series, and it's bringing all of the yummy Square Enix JRPG goodness to the modern day forefront. Call me a simp-pie, get it? Simp, it's like senpai, but for simps, right? Huh? Okay, joke failed. Anyway, call me a simp for JRPGs, but that is exactly what I am. If I'm gonna blow 200 hours on a game, and there's a worthy and amazing story in a JRPG, I'm in there like swimwear. Chalk it up to my first one ever being the amazing Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation, and you start to understand me quite a bit. Needless to say, I'm excited for this entry and plan on sticking it in my backlog until the time is right and I have enough PTO to no-life this beast. Visions of Mana will grace your PC, PS4, PS5, and Series X systems on August 29th. Experience the first ever open world Star Wars game, their words, not mine, set between the events of The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Explore distinct planets across the galaxy, both iconic and new. Risk it all as Kay Vess, an emerging scoundrel seeking freedom and the means to start a new life, along with her companion Nyx. Fight, steal, and outwit your way through the galaxy's crime syndicates as you join the galaxy's most wanted. Hello there! I'm gonna cram so many Star Wars quotes in this, y'all. Okay, well, here's a series that's not even out yet with No controversy. Yikes. Kidding, of course, because the discourse around this one is palpable. Does that count as one? Anyway, but of course, when we are talking about Star Wars, the bar is set high, which is why that Acolyte show got shit on so hard. Jesus, I hope you did not watch that. It was a trap. So yeah, my thoughts on this one. I have a bad feeling about this, but honestly, I've also heard too many positive comments from well-respected YouTubers in the video game space to write this one off completely. I know, it's Ubisoft, and they're charging a lot, and they suck, and the grenade explosions look like they're from N64, and yada yada. Yes, my lack of faith is quite disturbing as well, but I'm not personally pre-ordering this game. I'm not buying this game on day one. I'm barely even mentioning this damn game, but I do see a space for it in someone's game library that is a Star Wars fan. I just do. I, myself, will be awaiting the reviews, and even then, I'll probably be waiting for a discount because my bar for open world games is through the roof, and I'm not sure it just won't end up disappointing me from the previews that I've seen. But if you're hankering for a jolt of decent Star Wars media and you hate people telling you the odds, yeah, just tell me to shut up and obviously take a look at this because it might be desolate out there for a while in the void of space. Star Wars Outlaws warps onto PC, Series X, and PS5 on August 30th. REKA is a third-person exploration and house-building game set in 19th century of rural Europe. As a Slavic witch, you travel the countryside with a growing, customizable, chicken-legged home. Explore the landscape, upgrade your home, and gather ingredients to craft magical goods or medicines to aid or curse local villagers. Well, this is an appropriately awesome-looking game to end the list on for the month. I mean, look, if you like chickens and building houses, maybe this one's for you. Think Howl's Moving Castle, but you get to build it. And the base is a pair of chicken legs. And you carry a little chicken around. Oh god, I am hungry for some fried chicken. Anyway, I don't know. The game just looks kind of fun and fantastical, whimsical even, which is always a good thing in my book. I think, when you can be all of those things and not come off as a clone of something else, it's a positive sign. Know what I mean? And yes, this game is procedurally generated, so you won't be playing in the same world if you restart or if your friends also grab it, which is cool, right? Yeah, so if you think the video game looks dope and it interests you, maybe wishlist this bad boy if you're down to play something akin to Valheim with some chickens and proper witchy Slavic themes. REKA shambles its way into PC Early Access hearts on August 31st. Okay, that's it everyone. Thanks a ton for the support as always. Like and subscribe if you found something you didn't know existed, or just comment below on your favorite game you're looking forward to. Until next time, peace, love, and gaming.